Speaking of Jesus, I think everybody should be really scared because the coronavirus, the Vatican has canceled Easter masses. It's got to be pretty bad if Jesus has to stay dead this year.
I'm still waiting for Jesus to reunite, resurrected as a zombie, man. That'd be cool. Zombie Jesus, that'd be awesome.
When I was a kid in church, I always used to daydream about him just like coming down off the cross and walking around. What's up, bro?
It's time for Rat Salad Review with your hosts, Wayne Noon, Greg Norgal, and Nate Lander.
Welcome to Rat Salad Review. What's up?
I don't know. You called us on.
But as you can see, there is a person that's usually not on the show in Nate's spot. That's you, Mr. Lou.
Hello.
Mr. Lou Mavs.
What up, everybody?
What's going on? From the Lou Mavs Music is Life podcast.
That's currently on hiatus, but I'm around.
Why is it on hiatus?
Because I can't find time to do the damn show.
You're not even working. Cut it out.
I am working. I'm working from home. I'm raising my 20-month-old daughter.
Oh, cut it out. Cut it out.
Same time. It's been very difficult, so that's why I've been medicating myself with the makeshift Lemmy over here. Maker's Mark and Pepsi. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, boy. All right, well.
Oh, that's so good. Anyway.
Well,
but
nobody's waiting for your podcast anyway, so it's all right.
Yeah, what do I got? I think the last episode got 3 listeners, so whatever. Thanks, all 3.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's gotten more. I'll have to
not
check.
Not an anchor.
No, I you know what? I'll look on our thing and see what you got. I know you do get some listens, at least 5.
That's better than 3. Thank you.
And we have Greg here. What's up, Greg? Mr. Obituary.
Not much. Just sitting over here, slowly rotting, you know.
Good. I see what you did there.
Ah. Good.
I don't even like that band. I saw what you did there.
Everybody should like Obituary.
No.
If not Obituary, then at least Andrew W.K., considering Daniel Tardy's a drummer in both bands.
Oh, really?
Donald, but yes, he is.
I did not
know
know
did I
that.
call him?
Daniel.
Oh, whatever. Sorry. Got my D's wrong.
D's nuts.
Oh. Yeah, I was just going to say, I got your D's. Anyway.
Oh, that was great. I haven't had anybody give me an opening to do that in a long time. Just for that, we're going to close the show with finger guns.
Awesome. Let's go to some news. What do you say?
Yeah,
Good?
sure.
Great. What?
Mark, forget his last name, from Fountains of Wayne, died of the coronavirus, or complications arisen from the coronavirus, I guess I should say.
Yeah, Mr. Adam Schlesinger, rest in peace.
That sucks. Did it say anything about, like, did he have previous conditions or anything? Mm-hmm. No?
No, not really.
That's scary.
He was 52.
I mean, it just happened, so.
Yeah, so I'm sure more news will come out, but it's fucking. Do you know anybody that has coronavirus, Lou?
Well, unfortunately, Lou Cavaris, the original guitar player in Riot, just passed away from it last week. Rest in peace, Lou.
That's right.
Yeah. And unfortunately, 2 friends of mine, their father in Mandraki, in Nisiros, the island where my parents were born, he passed away from it. So rest in peace to him. And I that's as far as I know who has it. Currently, my mother-in-law actually just got tested for it today because she's been battling a fever since Friday. So keep my fingers crossed and say my prayers for her. Yeah. So
hopefully it comes out negative.
Thank you.
So.
What about you, Greg? Anybody over there? I know your people over there aren't really having too much of an effect Oh yeah.
Oh well, I mean, it's starting up. It's getting a little worse, but nobody I know has it. The cases are going up pretty steady.
Oh,
Only
what was that?
only 2 people have died, I think, and they've both been like old people that had cancer and shit.
Yeah, where me and Lou are, it's a shit show here.
Oh God. Yeah, I think out east has got it worse than Nassau County, which is
Really?
incredibly fortunate. Yeah, I didn't say where, but
I haven't looked it up yet. I'll have to
but
look it up, although I shouldn't.
public service announcement: stay the fuck indoors, you jackasses. Anyways,
Please do. Don't go
I
anywhere.
didn't know you were Italian.
what?
But my friend, actually, Greg, Pete, remember Pete that was on the show for a little while?
Yeah.
He's been sick for like the last 17 days. He's
With
been feeling. He
with
doesn't know because
COVID-19.
he never went and got tested. He's going to go see a doctor tomorrow, but he's not. I don't think he's still not going to get tested because he doesn't want to go to the hospital. Because God forbid he does have it, then they're going to put him in the hospital, and God forbid, who knows what could happen to him there because they're going to throw him into the place, and then he'll probably end up dying. The way there's just no room.
Can he do a virtual session?
He did with his regular doctor, but the doctor just prescribes him medicine. Nothing works. So, because he's in Queens, so the hospitals out there, yeah, they're just no good. So.
Yeah, I know. I don't have anything good to say about Mount Sinai, unfortunately.
Right. So we'll find out tomorrow. Hopefully, I mean he's had this for so long now. He probably, if he did have it, it's probably almost on its way out. So hopefully, if he did have it, it's done now.
Yeah,
we'll find out tomorrow. It's just scary, And plus, he's got a baby on the way and everything, so not good. So everybody, like Lou said, stay the fuck indoors, please.
Public service announcement from Outside Review. Hey!
That's right.
That's right.
Some good news: Ozzy Osbourne has made mind-blowing progress after stem cell treatment.
Some bad news: his last album sucks shit.
And you can hear all about it on Music is Life podcast. What? How many episodes ago? Like 2-3 episodes ago?
1 or 2.
Yeah, something like that.
I agree. It sucks.
Yeah, well, as long as he's okay, though. That's the main thing. Seeing after one treatment of stem cell, what has happened and the progress that he's made is mind-blowing, Kelly told Entertainment Tonight. He wants to get up. He wants to do things. He wants to be part of the world again. He's walking better. He's talking better. His symptoms are lessening. He's building the muscle strength back that he needs after his spine surgery.
Good.
So,
all the best to Ozzy on his recovery. Absolutely.
Yeah. And of course, he needs to stay home with this coronavirus.
Yeah.
Definitely somebody like that.
Yes, good luck, dude.
Tony Iommi on possibility of releasing new music. He's got loads of stuff.
Yep, like 500 riffs.
Yeah. Does anybody want to hear another Tony Iommi album?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to be better than 13.
I was just going to say, after 13, you want another one?
I thought Forbidden couldn't be worse.
Yeah, that's true. There's still some stuff on Forbidden I like, though. 13 is just complete garbage.
We spoke earlier before about music without soul. That's got no soul about it whatsoever. I mean, it just sounds like if they try to do Paranoid over again with like hints of the other albums from their first 4, but it's just, I mean, Brad Wilk added nothing to that album.
It's all Ray Rubin's fault. I went on a rant about it our last episode where we did most hated albums.
Yeah.
Just sounds like Black Sabbath trying to sound like Black Sabbath. And you can tell Rubin went, okay, let's just take a bunch of ideas from your first 5 records and redo them, but of lesser quality.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like if you listen to the original output from the from the original 4 members, the 8 albums, none of them sound the same. None of them. And that's, people want to say, oh, Sabbath, just like some people actually say that it's the same slow doomy riffs with Ozzy's attempt at singing, but I'm just like, I don't think most people could have pulled off what they did. So, we got somebody else. Hello.
Hey,
That is Nate. Nate is
I'm
here.
the other host.
Hello, Nate.
Hey,
Cheers.
This is Lou Mavs.
it's called
Or
a
Lou-
fashionable entrance.
Or Lou. How do you pronounce your full last name? I can never figure that out.
Mavrudis.
Mavrudis. All right. It's not as hard as I thought it was.
That's why I just keep the first syllable and pluralize it.
But Nate, Lou, Nate.
Cheers. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. The Toxic Holocaust t-shirt?
Waste. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Municipal waste.
Oh, Municipal Waste. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's his favorite band.
It's my third favorite band.
What's your favorite band?
Metallica.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't-
Metallica made in Municipal Waste.
I did not.
He's
see that.
he's mentioned this a few
I
times.
I usually
before.
don't pay attention to what he says.
Wayne's
So
too busy
that's
trying to keep the show afloat by making sure the equipment doesn't fail, the poor guy.
That's right.
Or keeping us on topic.
That's right. That's what I do.
Right.
That's what I'm good at doing. Back to some shitty news. Gary Holt from Exodus. He has tested positive for COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah, officially.
that pissed me off.
That pisses me off too. Holt said he received his results March 31st, 11 days after he was tested.
I was waiting for it, though. I
Yeah.
already knew he was sick.
Yeah, a few weeks ago he said he was sick, and I guess he finally had to get that test. So, speedy recovery to Gary Holt. Got to get him back up and running.
How's the situation with the
Definitely.
drummer from Death Angel?
I don't know. There was no news about the drummer from Death Angel. What happened to the drummer from Death Angel?
He got coronavirus.
Yeah, he was
Into?
last he was in the ICU.
Really? Oh, I had no idea.
I thought he was getting better.
Mhm.
I haven't heard anything else since he went into the hospital, honestly.
Back to good news again. Miley Cruz, Vince Neil is working out like a fucking madman.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
God devil.
And also in Motley Crue news, as a new single release, they will be doing a cover of the Van Halen song Pound Cake, and Vince was very disappointed when he learned it was not a recipe. However, they will be running through with it anyway and releasing this succulent new single this summer.
Can we please correct that and say it's Van Hagar, not Van Halen?
Well, if we're
Yeah.
going to correct it, we'll change it to Vangina, which is my new name for that era of Van Halen.
Love it.
Got Van Halen.
Love it.
Yeah, Vangina, exactly. Because it's not Sammy Hagar's fault. Eddie's. It's
It's
mostly
partially
his fault.
it's partially Sammy Hagar's fault.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't just be a testament to mediocrity like that and not cause a problem in a band. Yeah, it's
like Blaze Bayley.
suffers.
Somebody said like the weirdest comparison. They said, well, if you think about it, Sammy's no different than Dave Meniketti of Y&T in terms of his music and delivery. I'm like, there's a huge
No.
difference. Y&T doesn't suck.
Right.
Yeah, that's not even close to being the same.
I actually know some people who compare them. I'm like, there's no comparison. I mean,
But,
if they're from the Bay Area, so what?
Yeah. But so
well,
Vince Neil, he's working out like a madman, huh? Did he regurgitate John Corabi yet?
well, hopefully he gets on track here. You know, I'd like to see him be in shape. You know, for a change, and maybe he'll sing better because that one fucking thing everybody has seen him do on. I guess it was like on some live thing or whatever. He didn't even sing the words to that song. That
He
was
can't
terrible.
goddamn breathe because he was
Yeah.
so heavy.
Hopefully the exercise will help him key star his heart.
Bill Ward on Black Sabbath's 2011 reunion contract. Even
Damn.
if someone had held a gun to my head, I couldn't have signed it.
Yeah.
He says, "I wish the others all the best. I really do. Do I still love them? Yes. I certainly don't resent them. I just wish them well." He's made it very well known to everybody who was important that I wanted something that was fair, and it just didn't happen. Even if someone had held a gun to my head, I couldn't have signed the contract. It was one of the most regrettable things I've ever done through my life, and I was particularly sad for the fans over how things ended up. But that hasn't stopped me from loving the guys. Black Sabbath is where my heart lies. Yeah, I think he's better off he didn't do it anyway.
Still, 13 would have been much better with him on it.
Probably.
Yeah.
It would have.
Definitely.
Well, I don't understand why they tried to fuck him so hard in that contract deal anyway.
Aside from
I blame
Ozzy, he's
Sharon.
what keeps the flow of Black Sabbath going.
Well,
Although
I
he's
mean, you
plays
know,
slow.
you can say Sharon or Ozzy or whatever at some point, but at some point you also have to acknowledge the fact that Iommi and Geezer would have been equal partners with Ozzy in it. You know, it's not like they didn't have any say on what was written, which is just why,
Tony owns Black Sabbath,
Yeah.
basically.
which is why I just don't understand why why they all turned around and were kind of like, oh, well, fuck Bill, you know.
Actually, I think Ozzy actually sued Tony for co-ownership of the name Black Sabbath sometime around 2006, which is why in 2007, when they reunited with Ronnie, Bill Ward was originally supposed to be part of that. But again, he said there was a contract dispute, which is why he didn't sign on, so they got Vinny back in. But by early 2007, Ozzy and Tony both co-owned the name Black Sabbath. So Geezer has nothing to do with it. And Bill, I just feel like he gets shafted because, most people think, oh, he's just a drummer. They could get anybody else. Well, I think it proved, having Brad Wilk and Tommy Clufetos, you can't just get anybody else when it comes to Black Sabbath. You need Bill Ward. The sum equals the whole of that band. You can't have I mean, that's not to say that other Sabbath lineups didn't create great music, but that's just content that they put out that was just really good. Some people prefer an album like Headless Cross or some do like the Seventh Star actually. What's the one between that? Eternal Idol. Some people even think Born Again is like the last good Sabbath album, the one with Ian Gillan.
It is. It's the best album they ever recorded.
But I love that album, so I can't say anything bad about it. But there's just the magic about the original four that you can't replicate with anybody else.
Well, except for Ronnie James Dio on Heaven and Hell and
Once
Ian
Dio came in, they
Gillan
stopped being a
on
jam
Born
band.
Again. I mean,
that is a perfect album in my opinion. So,
well, once Dio came in, they had a singer that could actually sing, so it really opened up the possibilities for what they could do.
that was an amazing CD and great tour as well. Saw that at Radio City. Not the one that came out in '80. I mean the one that happened in 2000.
I was gonna say, did you see the Black and Blue? But...
No, I was an itch in my daddy's pants when that came out.
I just missed the jam band quality Sabbath had when Dio had joined it. Like when Ozzy left, they stopped being a blues band, and that's what I don't like as much.
They're going to turn more into a metal band.
Right, and it turns more into a Dio project.
Which is kind of ironic, though, because if you think about it, where did Ronnie just come from before Black Sabbath? Rainbow. And,
right. Which Rainbow was the best thing he ever did.
And like those concerts were like an hour and a half long where they only played seven songs. And they stretched each song out to like 20 minutes and made it a jam session. So maybe he got sick of that, doing that with Richie, and he didn't want to do that with Sabbath. So maybe that's what happened.
I mean, Sabbath would be a jam band because they'd be always on acid.
This is true.
Yeah.
We'll get Dio.
Hell of a drug.
We'll get Dio on the show and find out. Steel Panther. What?
Let's get a seance going. We'll get Robbie back.
What would we have to do what kind of seance would we need to get Dio back?
We need to play Candlemass with Messiah just to have
get Lemmy first. I want Lemmy back first.
You want Lemmy back first? All right.
Then Dave Brocky, then we can do Gio.
Okay.
Then Cliff
First
Burton.
of all, Piggy's coming
Peter
back
Steele.
first.
No, we don't need.
We need Peter Steele too, though.
We need them all back.
I want to bring Randy Woods back.
Right.
Yeah, Randy would be cool.
Randy would be pretty fucking cool.
I always
Ozzy's best
wished
guitar player was
he
Tony
would have
Iommi,
survived to go on with Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake because I think they would have done something really amazing.
There should
Yeah.
be.
I'd give Jason Becker the ability to play again.
There should be a next show.
All right, I want in on that.
Bring back the dead. The top 666 of dead musicians. Steel Panther unveils the Butthole Burner guitar effect pedal.
Not quite as effective as Pussy Melter, but you know.
No, it's not. California rock legends and effects pedal entrepreneurs, Steel Panther continue to light the music instrument world on fire with the release of their newest guitar pedal, the Butthole Burner. Made in the USA, the latest distortion pedal from the Collective Brain Trust features the exact same circuit as the now infamous Pussy Melter pedal.
Okay, so it's a cleaner version of the Pussy Melter pedal.
Sounds like it. The new pedal has a long...
That has a fucking great tone, if you've ever heard it.
I never heard it.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
The new pedal has long been a rumor started by Panther guitarist Satchel and will become a reality when it ships to the public this summer. Limited production run on Butthole Burner will retail for $199, and if you can chew those fucking chips any goddamn louder, I'd appreciate it. Jesus Christ.
Mute, Nate, mute.
He needs a fucking mute button.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised they didn't try to buy the patent on the Big Muff.
Will you be buying the Pussy Melter or the Butthole Burner anytime
Nah,
soon?
man, I'm a baller on a budget. I stick with Behringer.
No, okay. Behringer's not bad.
I have Digitech.
Digitech makes a great delay pedal. The
I have
Digidelay, I like
I
that.
have Digitech Death Metal.
Oh, so you actually use the pedal for... Okay, cool.
I don't play guitar in my band, though.
Oh, okay.
Halloween is putting finishing touches on vocals for the new album. Thank fucking God.
Hooray.
Yes, the Pumpkins United lineup of Halloween recently entered home studios in Hamburg to work on the brand new song material. The same recording console used for such albums as Master of the Rings, Time of the Oath, and Better Than Raw is now being utilized to record the band's new studio album, which will feature Michael Kiske, guitarist Kai Hansen, due at the end of August or beginning of September. The disc is being produced by Charlie Bauerfein and Dennis Ward, which is a very good sign. They are excited on the quality of the new material they have to offer, and I cannot wait. I'm very excited about this. The drummer's using Ingo's old drum kit.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that that's going to really mean anything with today's production. Just really depends on how they, mix everything. But I'm
Ow.
we're recording
Sorry.
a show.
Thank God.
Fucking
I can't help
millennial.
coughing.
No, it's the rappers. Stop fucking eating. You fat fuck.
I haven't eaten all day, Wayne.
I don't care. That is not my fucking problem. Okay? You do not come on Rat Salad Review and fucking eat. Okay? Find a
I
fucking
am
snack
Rat
that's
Salad
quiet.
Review.
Eat fucking get marshmallows or something. For Christ's sakes.
Marshmallows and ginger ale.
That I need burping all street.
That's your rat salad approved snack.
Dear God.
God damn. Relapse Records launches series of previously unreleased Death Live recordings.
Oh my God, can they milk this man any longer?
No, they cannot.
Have they released all the Mantis recordings yet?
We at Relapse sincerely hope to see you at all the concert festivals and stages.
They've
from there.
relapsed into re-releasing fucking old death recordings for money.
The label will
Yeah,
release.
somebody a couple years ago did do the old Montas demo too.
God damn it.
Yeah.
But they're releasing a new Death concert every other week across all digital platforms throughout the coming months to tide us all over. The first of this series,
Cool.
Death Non-Analog on Stage Series, Montreal, 1995.
Honestly, it'd be cool to hear one from the Symbolic tour. That's one they haven't done before. So
I'm
Yeah.
sure they'll get there. They're releasing everything.
well, 1995 is the Symbolic tour, Wayne, which is why I brought that up.
I don't fucking know. I don't like Death.
Yeah.
So there's people that watch the show or don't watch the show that listen to Death. So I'm just doing it for other people, not for me.
I gotta be honest with you. I think that anything they could do to help Sheldon and his family, the more stuff that they put out, because I know that they were in debt right around the time that Chuck died, somewhere in the tune of 6 figures, because right when Chuck went into the hospital for this last for his last chemo go around, he actually, right before that happened, he dropped his insurance. So when he went in for chemo, he didn't have insurance, so he was given the full bill. So I think his mom and his sister are the ones that are in charge of his estate. So, hey.
And his nephew.
Okay. So, let them put out all that they can to help them, with the bills, I think it's great. I think, Death is probably one of the extreme bands that I feel has some of the best musical output. I mean, I like a lot of extreme metal, but Death is probably, in terms of playing ability, first of all, guys from Death left and formed the band Cynic. Enough said. Gene Hoglan was a member of Death. Enough said. So, some of the best musicians to come out of there. I think Andy LaRocque was a member of Death at one point, wasn't he?
Yep. Terry Butler,
go.
James Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Andy was like a full member, or he just guest appeared on a song?
No, Andy was a full member for Individual Thought Patterns. He played on the album and played the tour. Yep.
Wow, that's cool. Awesome. One of my favorite guitar players ever.
Great guitar player.
Probably their most melodic album, which sounds weird for that it being that it's death metal, but Chuck really worked it out, and Andy was able to play to his strengths really well. It's a good record. Different, but good.
I like what Richard Christie did with them on Sound of Perseverance.
Sound of Perseverance I also like, but that's honestly probably my least favorite Death album.
It's slowly approaching that for me, too.
Yeah.
Well, to end this on a good note, Rammstein's vocalist Till Lindemann, he does not have COVID-19. He is tested negative when reports were out that he was tested positive. So he's going to be
good
okay.
for him. Let's hope he calls his mutter.
I fucking love Rammstein.
I don't understand them, but if you like them, that's fine.
I think they're fucking hard, and I love their live show.
I saw their live show at Jones Beach 3 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet, but I've watched only video. But it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I took my eldest niece to go see them in concert. She graduated from Preston High School in the Bronx, same high school as J-Lo, Jenny from the block. And it was the year she got sick with my own, so I took her to Rammstein as a graduation present, and we were all the way up in the nosebleed sections of Jones Beach. I'm telling you, the amount of pyro they used, I thought Jones Beach was going to burn that night.
Right.
But in terms of performance,
Disney level.
entertainment, it was great. It was great.
What are you peeling there?
I think he's got
Summer
salami.
sausage. I left my knife in the car.
You like that sausage?
Pepper jack.
Never mind.
Do you like fish sticks?
I'm not a gay fish. Bet you the Hobbit.
All right. Well, now we're going to go to part 2.
I was going to end it on a bittersweet note. 37 years ago, Kirk Hammett invited to audition him for Metallica.
Oh, really?
What a world we could have.
Well, I guess that
stayed of Metallica.
Well, it depends on your perspective. Would you have preferred him in Exodus?
Maybe. Hell's Breath is a fucking awesome song.
Do you think he
Okay,
would have
fair
continued to use the wah-wah pedal in Exodus?
Did you see that wah
Gary does
that he
it.
did with Miss Smith?
What?
Gary does it plenty. Gary Holt.
No, him and Gary Holt were the original two guitar players. So
Hey, Gary Holt does the wah as well in Exodus, so it's
We
like,
can't do it as much as Kirk Hammett. Kirk Hammett uses it in every song.
yeah, it's his style.
It doesn't need to be used in every song.
Okay, Boomer.
fuck you, millennial.
It doesn't.
What did you say before, Lou? What commercial?
no,
said
not
something?
commercial. Him and Miss Smith, the actor who dresses in drag and plays really wicked guitar, actually. Him, her, it. I don't know what they call it. But Miss Smith and Kirk Hammett had a wah-off on stage in New York City, like right before the coronavirus thing imploded, and it was pretty entertaining.
I'll have to look that up. I didn't even see
Right. Now that I've figured out what you were talking about, I thought you were having a stroke there for a second. That was a little weird. But some interesting pronunciation.
What, the him, her, it?
Yeah. No, wow, off and whatever the fuck else
Wah,
you were
wah,
saying.
They had a wah-off.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, we were going to. We were going to.
Oh, off.
Don't ever do that again. We're going to part 2 of our top 6. What was part 6? Was this our favorite albums?
Least
Yes,
favorite
right?
album covers.
No, this is a different show. We didn't do
What?
that show yet. What is the album?
We
what's the
invited
first one we
Lou
did?
on because it was the least
I know
favorite
that.
album cover.
Now I have to edit this. Thanks. Yes, we're doing that next, but this is for last week's show. Remember, we did part 1, and we're doing part 2.
Oh, least favorite album from your 6 favorite bands, I think, was your show last week, right?
Is that,
Yes,
was
it
that?
was. Yes, our
Least favorite albums from bands we like.
6 most hated albums from bands we love.
No, that was the week before. I'm talking about the first one. Top 6 favorite albums, I think it was.
The fuck are you talking about? The only thing we've done lately
did-
was...
Top 6 favorite, then we did top least favorite.
No, we didn't. We did Best of 1980, then we
Yes,
did...
that's what it was. Best of 1980. Part 2 of Best of 1980. All right. On that note, we'll now go to part 2 of our best from 1980. Top
That's
6.
right. Top
All right.
666,
That's
1980.
Lou, before we leave, because I almost forgot, where can people hear your podcast?
You can hear it exclusively on the Rat Salad Review Network.
That's right.
And you can also find me on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, I believe, because I don't use publish music on the show, and I think Podbean. So it is available out there for whoever wants to listen. But I tell people Rat Salad Review Network exclusively first.
All
So
right, good job.
Thank you.
Send your check in the mail very soon. So please search Music is Life. Everything's on our website. You can find them. All right, we'll see you
Thank
guys
you.
next week. Goodbye.
and a big one up to Ralph. Oh, wait a minute. Where are we going now?
No, what? Say what you're saying.
Oh, I just say a big shout out to Rob Vieira from Vieira Vault, and also to Eric Adams of the Beyond Bushido podcast.
No, fuck both of those guys.
Okay, well,
No,
Wow.
we love both of them. We love both of them. All right. See ya.
there.
Yeah,
Greg
it was,
thought we were going to do the show without him.
I'm trying to find a good angle here so it doesn't have to look like up my nose. Because now I'm on my phone.
You have a booger on your nose. Right,
Not really. You want to get closer and check it out?
You want me to get it? It's right there. Held on.
Yeah. It's a nice snack for you there.
That's a good intro. All right.
Don't need it
Red
all at
Salad
once.
Review, the booger eating segment of the show.
It's the "What's Up Your Nose" section of the show.
Oh, what's up your nose? Nice.
Yep. All right, welcome to Rat Salad Review. We are back this week, and we are doing our top 666 of 1980.
New segment.
A new segment.
Created by this genius.
I think we all kind of worked on this, didn't we? Together.
Well, we all developed it, but I had the idea.
It was collaborative.
You came up with the name. I'll give you the name.
I feel like Dave Mustaine.
You weren't even born in 1980.
Well, I mean, actually, I was the one that came up with everything when I ran the changes by Wayne, if you really want to get all technical about it. But.
He did start it, so I will give that to him. My microphone looks gold.
I'm going to start a faster and harder salad review. And I'm going to call it Megadeth.
Mega salad. How about that?
Mega salad.
Mega rat salad review.
But you got to spell it.
His on-air name can be Cobb.
You got to spell it with 2 G's, though, to make it look cool.
I'll have like a puppet Greg and a puppet Wayne.
That would be funny. You could borrow the Ralph Vieira puppet because he kind of looks like Greg.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, so how we want to do this? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go last? Who doesn't want to go at all? Who wants to just go to
we were going to start off by talking about the albums we all shared together.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to start backwards, number 6, right?
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
All right, perfect. I picked Def Leppard, On Through the Night. Their debut full-length album. I like this album. It's not like the other Def Leppard albums, and it took me a long time to get into this when I was a child. I was a huge Def Leppard fan, like 1987, back when Hysteria came out. That's all I ever listened to. And I never even knew about this On Through the Night album until I saw it. There it is, right there.
Yep.
Awesome album.
Badass cover.
It is awesome. What's on the back of that? I do have that record too.
Gives a whole meaning to space trucking.
Picture of them playing live. Let me take it out of the sleeve.
Yeah,
a little less glare.
So cool.
Yeah, it's just a great cover in general.
Yeah. It's cool, and they don't really have many album covers like that. I'm not too much of a fan of their other album artwork.
Pyromania is okay, but the rest of them are kind of dumb.
Pretty shitty looking.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I had to go. I usually work my way backwards. I was at Hysteria, then I got Photograph, then I got High and Dry, and then I never even knew about this album, On Through the Night. And then I happened to see it, a little cassette tape in a music store I went to, and it was expensive at the time because it was an import, and my mother wouldn't buy it for me, and I had to beg and beg to get it. So, Tom Hanks' wife has coronavirus, by the way.
Oof. She's got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Too bad Michael Clark Duncan's dead. He cured his other wife from cancer.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't you ever seen The Green Mile? Come on, man.
Yes, I did, but I don't. It's a long time ago.
I was afraid of the dark. Wayne's like the white version of him, but like small.
So Wayne is Sling Blade, is what you're saying. French fried potatoes.
That's not nice at all. You guys are terrible. Anyway,
he's like that weird ass looking kid from Deliverance, but
you can be replaced very easily.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't think you look anything like that kid, but
I hope not.
It's all squinty.
There's people asking and begging to be on the show. They will take your place in a heartbeat. You want to do this? You want to do this now?
What is this, a McDonald's?
Anyway, can I finish my story?
This is the McDonald's drive-thru.
Yes, finish your story.
last
for it.
the first try of this thing that we tried to do went way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted my mother to buy this album, and she wouldn't buy it for me because it was expensive. But I finally talked her into it, and I listened to it, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this? There's no way this is Def Leppard," because Joe Elliott sounded nothing like Joe Elliott. Even the drums didn't sound the same. Well, he had two arms, so of course not. But the Pete Willis was
That'll
also
do it.
guitarist back then, so it was just a different guitar duo. It was just a totally different Def Leppard to me. But the album did grow on me a lot, and even though it's a different sounding Def Leppard, it's still cool. It's got Rock Brigade it opens up with, and Satellite, and Sorrow is a Woman. It Don't Matter. That's a cool
It Don't
one.
Matter is great. When the Walls Come Tumbling Down.
When the Walls Come Tumbling Down. That's an
Wasted.
awesome song. It's like an epic song. Oh, Overture. It's like the epic on this album, but just so cool. There really isn't any bad songs. It Could Be You. I mean, that one's a little. It's cool. I like it. The chorus just repeats a little too much, but
I love It Could Be You. The only one I feel is a little weak is Hello America, but I still like that song. Yeah. That one just pushes a little too hard to be commercial. It's very clear what their intent was, and it's almost a little annoying in its delivery, but it works well within the context of the record. But if you were going to skip a track, it'd probably be that one.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was the one I really don't like the most. Answer to the Master is really cool too. I actually could just kind of seen that one on High and Dry maybe because it sounds a little similar to something that would have been off of there. But it's a cool album. Different sounding Def Leppard, but it's cool. It's something you have to if you were like back in like in '87 when I found Def Leppard.
I mean, see, you always say that, and it is a different type of Def Leppard, but you can still tell it's Joe Elliott. I mean, there's elements of the sound where you can still tell it's Def Leppard.
A little bit. He uses his voice in a different way on this.
Yes, in a much better way. This is my favorite album they did. It's just great.
Yeah. I know you have said that. What's the matter, Nate? You all right?
Dry skin. Fucking itchy.
A little lotion.
Yeah.
Some powder. Hey, maybe your girlfriend, Sam, could help you with that.
She didn't live in Boston. That'd probably help.
Yeah, that would help. We'll see what we can do, all right?
What?
We'll see what we can do. But yeah, the reason why I say it sounds different because like when I got into Def Leppard, it was all the electronic drum sound, and it was just, it had that big arena sound, and don't say because that was like my childhood, all right? All I cared about. And then, going to this, and then it had the real drums, real guitars, real, instrument sounds and stuff like that. It was just different to me, Totally.
Well, yeah, this is like real heavy metal,
music.
actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't
Not
say that
pop
around Joe
crap.
Elliott, though, because Joe Elliott will refuse to be called heavy metal. They were never heavy metal.
Yeah, well, they were part of the movement, whether he wants to be or not. So
It is true. It is the stupidest thing I've ever heard him say. One of the stupidest things, anyway.
I don't want to be part of the best genre of music ever.
Yeah,
Leave
stupid.
me out of it.
Very stupid.
I mean, they were definitely one of the most distinctly hard rock bands out of all of them, but they were still heavy metal, regardless of what they want to say.
More than like Demon.
Oh, dude, they're way On Through the Night and High and Dry are way heavier than Demon's albums. Those guys are terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
If only a better band got to claim the band name Demon. It's kind of a travesty.
I gotta listen to them now. I know who they are. I've seen the name.
Dude, they're bad. And then when Montaz split off from Venom and made his first solo band, he did it in the same vein, and it's just terrible.
Oh boy.
Terrible.
Nice.
It's like a Mystery Science Theater heavy metal band. It's just, oh god. Something you'd listen to and make fun of.
Yeah. So kind of the same thing Hank Sherman did when he went and did Fate.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, not good. All right. Who wants to go next?
I have to bring up the list in the other.
So I'll go next.
I'm gonna time this here.
Back in
Crap, did I
Black.
close out?
Back in Black is my number 6 pick.
10:30 edit.
Excellent.
I thought you would be ready. Like on a normal show when I cut to you and you jump right into
You
it.
thought I'd be ready?
Well, Greg, one of these.
Oh.
Well, I didn't really see.
I got ready while you
opened
guys
up
were talking about how
Wikipedia to
that's
bring
what they're
open on through the night, just so I could say something more about the production or whatever, which we ended up not doing anyway. But I accidentally closed the Facebook window that had the list in it, and I had it typed up on my phone, so I can't see it.
Can't use it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into the albums because then we'll just drag completely.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I get
My
that,
wife
yeah.
texted me, and I didn't mean to repeat what she wrote. Text me, but it just popped in my head, so I had to say it.
Yeah. Anyway, next album.
Tom Hanks and his wife, not just his wife, both of them.
Oh, shit. I like Tom Hanks.
So do I.
Fuck.
Wow. And Trump suspended travel from all of Europe to the U.S., with the exception of England. So you're free to come here if you're from England.
Of course, doesn't do China.
Hail to England.
See, Kyle.
That's Germany.
English is a Germanic-based language.
Different country, though.
Speaking
Nobody
of
wants to be
English,
fascist.
we're going
Just
over to
let it go.
Australia to go over to Back in Black by AC/DC, which is my number 6 pick. How is that for a transition?
Great transition. Blah, 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 blah.
That was like an Indiana Jones map of a transition there.
I don't know if I should edit that other part out, though.
Yeah, cut the Nazi shit.
Start that over.
Yeah.
Nate, what's your number 6 pick?
Back in Black for the 12th time.
Holy
I'm
shit.
saying.
Back in Black. Yes, I love Back in Black. I mean, you have to love Back in Black. I know there's people that hate AC/DC.
classic. Those people are
Back in
fucking
Black's
wrong.
just a great album all around. I mean, it's not my favorite AC/DC record, but it's definitely one of their best.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially since it's a Bon Scott album at heart anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, they still had the fire then, too. They didn't start
Right.
slowing down and dicking around with their sound too much yet at that point.
Right.
What's your favorite stuff off this album?
Oh, I mean, where do you even fucking start?
Shoot the Thrill.
Hell's Bells is great.
Yeah, Hell's
title
Bells
track is great. Shoot the Thrill is also great. Probably Brian Johnson's best vocal performance, if I'm going to be honest.
This whole album is his best vocal performance.
Oh,
really.
definitely. Shake a Leg is great.
You ever shake a leg?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
that's
shake
the
a leg
song
from
I'm
time to
thinking of.
time?
Yeah, Have a Drink on Me is good. My favorite, though, You Shook Me All Night Long.
Good song.
Just
Classic
great
song.
fucking song.
Always on the radio. Everybody knows that song. Even if you hate it, you still know it.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
played
how
at
anyone can hate
weddings,
that
for
song.
Christ's sake.
I
They
know,
do.
right?
I don't think I had any AC/DC at my wedding, though. I don't think they did that. But it's weird. Like, you'll hear them doing a dance song, and then they all of a sudden come in with the Back in Black songs. It's weird. It's like, where does that come from? But I can hear it because of the beat, So it just
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, it kind of works with it. It's festive.
Yeah. But yeah, Back in Black is just
It's good drinking music is what it is.
Yes.
I don't drink, but I was watching. I remember an old episode of Headbangers Ball, and they were talking about this album, and they were saying how most people, like when they first buy their first album, like a first record or CD, whatever, it's usually Back in Black because that's the album that everybody pretty much loved.
And then Metallica's
Right.
Black Album.
Yeah,
I
if
would
you
say
were
even
born
later.
in that period of time, yes. After that, or around that time, but before
I'm just
Metallica's
I
Black
how,
Album.
I like how there's a bunch of just popular albums that are just all black covers. It's interesting.
Yes. Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
This one.
What was that?
Metallica
Smell the
one.
Glove. Yeah.
Yeah. What other Black albums were there? I don't know.
Motorhead's first album.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
just Snaggletooth on the front of it. AC/DC's Rock or Bust was also like that.
Kind of.
I'm just looking around. I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot. We should look that up. Black album covers. That'll be a new segment on the show starting next month.
No, it won't.
Sure.
Greg, what's your number 6?
Isaac Hayes over
Alice
here.
Cooper's Flush the Fashion.
Oh, we're back to that again. Change
Yes.
your list again, I see.
Yes, I did.
Very
because it's a great record and it should be talked about. Little bit different from Alice. This is the start of what everybody calls his new wave years. It's kind of new wave. It's kind of punky. It's post-punk a little
I hate
bit.
that picture of him on the back.
Me too.
He looks like he's dying of AIDS.
It's because he was smoking freebase
I
pretty
know.
much 24/7. I mean, he looks pretty good if you take that into account.
Right, yeah. But, yeah.
He looks wrong with
But there's some
Yeah,
really good
yeah.
songs on it, though.
There are. Talk and...
the Clones cover that everybody
Clones is
knows, but Talk is a great song. Nuclear Infected's a fun one. Grim Facts is a good heavy song. Model Citizen is probably one of the best songs he's done, actually. I really like that song. It's got a good beat, cool chorus. And Talk's actually probably one of his best album openers, too.
Yeah, it is. Really cool album. Just I like the sound of it. It's kind of like clean sounding, not too it definitely doesn't sound anything like the 70s stuff. It's completely different than that.
It's clean but dissonant, kind of almost like Alice with a rockier version of Gary Newman's a two boy.
Right, I was just gonna say,
yeah.
something like electronic almost in a way.
Yeah, a little bit, but he retained a little bit more of the punk element with it, with still having the 3-piece band back him up.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I
Yeah.
wasn't a really huge Alice Cooper fan back in the day when I finally started going through his discography. And I was glad to get to that one because I always remember the Smashing Pumpkins did a cover of Clones, so that made me want to check this out even more.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's a pretty good cover, but I liked it. Well, this isn't the original; it's a cover, but I like the Alice version the best.
I didn't know that at the time. I don't even think I've ever heard the original version.
I don't think I ever have either.
Who does the original version?
I don't remember now. Some krautrock dude.
I'll have to look that up. That would have been interesting to put on the show. Sorry, we can't do everything. And I also...
Well, my point isn't for them to go listen to the original version of that song anyway. It's to listen to an underrated Alice Cooper album.
His version is probably the best one anyway,
Yeah.
I think so anyway. I don't like the album cover either on that. One of my least favorite ones of his.
Yeah, I mean,
just like
it is what it is. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's nothing special. Just looks like a bathroom wall somebody wrote on with marker.
Yeah. No imagination whatsoever.
I do like how the top of it says Alice Cooper 80, like they were retitling everything in 1980. For example, that year they called Saturday Night Live 80.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They did that with
There's other
2002.
bands and stuff where if you look at their titles or the name of the tour, all of them have 80 there. Like, people were so stoked about it being 1980. It's interesting. Wow. Yeah, 2000 as well. I remember that Y2K.
I remember that.
Yeah, the Y2K thing.
Like Fantasia 2000, everything had 2000 at the end of it.
Techno Team 2000. Wrestling fans will recognize that one. That's terrible.
Don't remember that one, but...
Yeah, they were bad. They didn't last very long.
But yeah, go get yourself a copy of Alice Cooper's Flush the Fashion. I'm sure you can listen to it on Spotify for free.
Oh, of course you can. You can listen to anything that's put out there for free. Number 5 for me, Judas Priest, British Steel. What do you think about that?
I was in my list at number 3.
Really?
So I'll talk about that with you.
All right,
Just
sure.
let me pull up the track list here.
Honorable mention for me, but I do like
honorable mention. How many? You have a better album than that in your list?
Yeah, I actually like both the Blue Oyster Cult and the Alice Cooper album I picked over this one. Plus, you guys both picked it already, so I figured why repeat kind of as well.
But so many classics on this album. Breaking the
Law. Breaking the Law. Living After Midnight.
Fire. Living After Midnight.
Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is great.
Rapid Fire is awesome. Metal Gods.
Fucking love that.
Can you sing some of it for us?
I don't remember the lyrics.
Oh. What else we got here? Grinder. Yeah, like the first half of the album. The first 6 songs. I mean, they're pretty, except for United. That's it.
Yeah. I mean,
good stuff there.
It's a little weaker than what they had just done in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, this is more
and
commercial.
And it's not as great as what would, what was to come. They were still kind of figuring out the change, but it's still a really good record.
It is. When I first started getting the Priest, and I got to this one, because this one was the one that everybody always raved about besides Screaming for Vengeance. I was anticipating listening to this album, and when I first heard it, I was like, this is not as good as I hoped it was going to be. But over the years, it grew on me. But like I said before, it's got those classics, Breaking the Law and Living After Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
more partial to Rapid Fire and Grinder myself.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Rapid
you don't
Fire
have to
awesome.
be old to be wise is a good one too.
Yeah, it's a decent one. Yeah, forgot about that one. It's not too bad. But United, I'm not. That's
United, I can't stand. They did the anthem better on Killing Machine, Hellbent for Leather with Take on the World, and then they do it better again later on too. So
not a big.
I just had this on there for just how much Judas Priest exploded with this album into pure popularity.
Oh yeah,
because
I
it
had
got
to
more
put it up there. It's not my favorite out of these 6, but it's like, it's important enough to move it up a couple of knocks in my list.
Yeah, and then you got the iconic album cover artwork.
Oh yeah,
the cover art's awesome.
I always agree with what the band said about this. Rob, KK, Glenn, they all agreed that they wanted the version specifically without the fingers bleeding because they thought it made it look so much more powerful. And I've seen it both ways, and it does. This just makes such a statement with them with that hand holding the edge of the blade and not bleeding.
Yeah, I think the blood would make it look like a totally different band altogether. I think.
Yeah, Judas Priest is cleaner than having blood on the cover like that.
Yeah, it's not real spread or real smear. It's a couple drops coming off the fingers, but it doesn't look good like that.
The blood coming off. Or Exciter or something like that. But not Priest.
Probably.
Yeah, that doesn't work for Priest. Nate, what's your number 5?
My number 5 was Iron Maiden, self-titled.
Wow, you listed this that late, huh? Damn.
Yeah, Prowler's good, but the wah pedal gets on my nerves at some point. It's like, yes, I get it.
Fucking show off
Eddie's first appearance.
Oh yeah, album covers. Legendary. I love the album cover, even though it's not as good as Killers' album cover.
No, but
no, not by a long shot.
But that's just awesome. Just Eddie, just so.
Oh yeah,
completely baked out of his mind.
Yeah,
he's not overly menacing. He just kind of looks.
That is some. Crack,
he looks like
dude.
me at line.
Let's not pretend that's weed,
bro. He looks like me in line at Holiday.
Come to Eddie's $30,000 crack party.
Remember Tomorrow's all right. Running Free is fantastic.
Phantom of the Opera. Remember Tomorrow. That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera is my favorite song off this album.
Oh yeah.
Transylvania is great. Strange World is okay. Wait, Strange World's the really slow ballad one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate that song. Sanctuary is alright. Charlotte the
Sanctuary.
Harlot is good. And Iron Maiden is a good song.
I didn't realize Charlotte the Harlot. I think it's Charlotte the Harlot, right? That is
Yep.
the first part of what the hell's the name of that song?
22 Acacia.
Yes,
Avenue.
thank you.
Yep.
I just lost it in my head. But yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then it ends with Hooks and You on No Prayer for the Dying.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, I
shitty song.
barely ever listened
Yeah,
to that
it's a
album.
terrible song.
That
Yeah.
is-
Yeah, this is one of my favorite Maiden albums, though. One of my favorite albums all the time. That's why I put it at number 2 for me. But the only song I really don't like on this all that much is Strange World, and Charlotte the Harlot can be a little annoying sometimes. Depends on the mood I'm in.
yeah.
But I love Remember Tomorrow, Running Free, Phantom of the Opera, Sanctuary, the title track, all classic songs from them. My only complaint about this is they were a little bit slow here.
Slow.
The guitar
Really?
duo.
Yeah.
Guitar
Yeah,
duo.
it's mostly because of Dennis Stratton. His playing style just really didn't fit them the best. He was good for what he was, but like my favorite version of a couple of these songs
Yeah.
is from the Made in Japan EP. You know, they like Remember Tomorrow just sounds so much better with Adrian Smith on guitar and
Yeah.
them playing it live.
Because he's just so much tighter.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't make any of it unlistenable. It doesn't make any of it bad. It's just, it's a little bit slower than
Yeah.
other Maiden albums would be.
Well, that and the Adrian Smith solo
But
is a lot better, too.
The gritty edge makes up for it, though.
Oh,
That
yeah.
one's got a lot of attitude.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's awesome. That's actually my number 1 pick, by the way. That was my number 1.
Good
Actually,
choice.
It was a good choice. And we talked about the AC/DC earlier. That was my number 2 pick. So you already ruined 2 of my stories. The only song I don't like off of that one is Sanctuary.
Really? You
yeah,
like Strange World, though, huh?
Yeah, I think I do. If I'm remembering that one right.
That's the
Stra-
one where it's real slower and ballady, and he's
It's
like singing about walking through a portal and
yeah.
berries drinking plasma wine.
Is that that one? If it's that one I'm thinking about. What's the slow one on Killers? Is there a
Oh,
slow
Prodigal Son. Oh, help me, Lamia.
Oh,
I
Prodigal
might be
Son's
getting-
awesome.
I might be getting it
That's a
confused
good
with
song.
that. But
Yeah,
either
I
way,
love Prodigal Son.
Sanctuary I don't like because every time I've seen Maiden live, they've played that song and I don't like it. I hate to stop in the middle of that song and then they do the thing again. I don't like it.
It can sound bad with Giano. I gotta disagree.
It's terrible.
With you there, but
And
I hate Strange
I hate the
World.
beginning. I hate the beginning of it too. Just that I don't know. The song does not work for me.
I barely remember Sanctuary. It's more of a footnote for me in this album.
out of the winter came a war horse of steel. I never killed a woman before, but I know how it feels. How do you not remember that? It's fucking awesome. You got to give me Sanctuary from the Law.
Because I'm
And I'll be
remembering
all
Phantom
right.
of the Opera
Fair
on
enough.
Transylvania.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Transylvania is like one of the
fucking
best
banger.
instrumentals ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard
yeah.
this record probably over 100 times, so
Yeah.
you know, I I've got it pretty much memorized. I got it down, man.
It's funny that one song I really cannot remember. I should listen to it before.
You know, Strange World's really the only one I don't remember the majority of. I just remember certain small parts of it because I would always kind of fade out on that one.
Right. Yeah. It is what it is, you know. We like most of the album anyway, so what the hell is just one song, you know?
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. It's still a solid 9.
Yeah, of course.
It's just one song. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That it is. Greg, you're number 5.
Oh, yes. One that I knew nobody else would pick, so I wasn't worried about where I placed it.
Oh, good.
The mighty,
What is it?
the incredible Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, yes. That has one good song on it.
Cultosaurus erectus. I disagree there, but I will say this this is kind of a weird album.
It is.
I can tell.
They had parted ways with Sandy Pearlman after they did Spectres, and they did Mirrors on their own. And even though that was a little bit lighter, poppier of a record, went more towards the Cars in tone. I still think it came out really well, but on this, they kind of attempt to do a little bit of a mix of everything and go back to their rock roots. And they actually got Martin Birch to produce this, who also produced Heaven and Hell and put the tour together, the Black and Blue tour they did this year.
That album cover always reminds me of Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes.
With the dinosaurs. Remember the scenes?
Yes. Oh my god. That movie is fucking freaky.
It's actually called Behemoth's World. I forget who
Pee-wee's
drew
Great
it.
Adventure is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas for kids.
Yes.
And then
It
they
is.
did
It's
fake
fucking-
fossils and stuff on the back.
Yeah, such a weird album cover. I mean, the album cover is cool. The stuff on the back that's weird.
Oh yeah. I love most of this record, although this does have a couple of songs where it was the first time on a BOC album where I was like, wow, I actually really don't care for those. I kind of find those skip-worthy. But the Marshall Plan and Hungry Boys I never was really crazy about.
Right.
Yeah, Black Blade is a true classic, though, about Elric's sword from the Michael Moorcock stories. Stormbringer. Always really liked Monsters. The saxophone in the middle seems to piss people off, but I thought it was kind of funny how they did it and put it together like that. And then Deadline's just a good Buck Dharma song. Fallen Angel's a little strange, but I think it comes off pretty well. And Lips in the Hills is one of the best guitar jams they ever did.
I hate the title of that song. Lips.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
tough
dumb
shit
song
because
title.
it's an awesome song. And then it closes with Unknown Tongue, which is an awesome song.
Unknown Tongue sounds like what I did to your mother last night, Trebek.
Wow. No, it's a little bit more Lovecraftian than that, but they called
seen
it
enough
Thinking
hentai
Man's
to know where
Heavy Metal
that's
for a
going.
reason.
It's funny. I never saw that album cover like really anywhere when I started getting into BOC, and I came across that I think in a used store or something, and I said, "Oh, this must be like a compilation or something," because I never saw it, and I listened to it. I didn't like it.
You know, the biggest song off of it is probably the Marshall Plan, the one track that was clearly done for the radio. And by the way, it's talking about Marshall amplifiers, not the economic plan from World War II for rebuilding Europe. But no, because they did a lot of lyrics and shit revolving around World War II. That's what the whole Secret Treaties album is kind of based on. But
Hold the album cover up again. Hold the album cover up again. Just a sec. Just do it.
Hold the album cover up again. He wants to see it again.
Oh.
Why? What's so funny?
He's got peanut butter stuck to the roof of his mouth.
Actually, it's meant to be a gigantic filter feeding type creature.
Oh, okay. It's like a cartoon bubble gum, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm really into sci-fi shit like that.
I like the album cover. The album cover
It's cool. It's
But
fucking
anyway, it's kind of a weird album for. It's kind of. I wouldn't say it sucks. It's a pretty good record. It's just it's a little weird for them, and some of the material is definitely not as strong as what they had done before. And Birch's production is a little off on certain songs too. I don't think he quite captured the complete aura of the band, but he got it perfect on the next one, Fire of the Unknown Origin. So.
Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Imaginos 2 is a weird one. What would you prefer, that one or Imaginos?
Between Imaginos and Cultosaurus.
Yeah, because that one's a real weird one too.
I'd probably have to take Cultosaurus just because it works better as a whole. I mean, I do like Imaginos, but Imaginos suffers from the fact that the sessions that the tapes are sourced from are spaced over so many different years. There's so many different guest guitarists on it that just certain songs have such a different tone they don't even sound like Blue Oyster Cult in a couple of areas. I really do like the album. It's very interesting for what it is, but it's definitely not one I would start with. It's definitely for if you're a heavy fan of the band.
Yeah. What would, if somebody was a fan or just getting into BOC, what album would you suggest they buy?
Fire of the Unknown Origin would be my recommendation. I fucking love that album.
Yeah, I love that album too.
Better Than the Psychic Wars is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I'd probably say buy Secret Treaties first.
Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always go with a classic and go with Agents of Fortune as well.
You could. Not really any bad songs on there either.
No, there isn't. I think Secret
Some
Treaties
people like
is
to
a
start
stronger
with the
record.
hits. Oh yeah, some people just like to start with the hits.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing about every Blue Oyster Cult record leading up to Cultosaurus Erectus. There literally isn't a bad song on any of them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, my number 4, Thin Lizzy, Chinatown.
I have that one as well.
You do? On vinyl?
Yes.
Really?
I actually have a promo copy of it.
No shit.
With the lyric sheet.
Wow. I only have a few other vinyls. I have all the stuff on CD. I actually bought the deluxe versions. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, a couple of them are. Yeah, white label promo. Pretty.
It's a good album.
I had, or I probably still have it, but it doesn't fit me anymore. I have that T-shirt that says Chinatown.
Nice.
Yeah. I was wearing it around at a fair one time, and this old guy comes up to me. He's like, "There's no way you know who Thin Lizzy is." I said, "I know who Thin Lizzy is." He's like, "There's no way. How old are you?" And I was like, probably 30-something at the time. He's like, "How do you know Thin Lizzy?"
Crap. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about the Blue Oyster Cult album. There's one song on there that is just such a perfect biting commentary send up on Reagan. It's called Divine Wind. It's about a hot mic comment he made during the Iran hostage situation in '81. And the whole song is basically just about how much Reagan sucks and how it's going to, an evil conglomerate's going to take over the country. But the chorus is, it keeps quoting what Reagan said about Iran during the night. Well, if they really think we're the devil, then let's send them to hell. Oh, yeah. He wanted to bomb Iran.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Not a good idea, really.
But anyway, back to Thin Lizzy.
Hey, funny enough, the first song on there, which is a really good one, We Will Be Strong.
Oh, dude, one of the best songs Phil ever wrote. I mean, there's some weak material on this. He was starting to suffer a little bit, but that's just classic Thin Lizzy right there. That's really, I think, one of the best songs they ever recorded. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Actually, too, when I was looking up albums from 1980, Phil also released his solo album the same year.
Yep.
Yeah. And I would have picked it, but there's not so many. There's some good songs on there, but it's not as good as Thin Lizzy. You got Chinatown. Killer on the Loose is pretty cool. Genocide's cool. There's so many cool songs.
Hey You's awesome.
Cool. Hey You was good.
Hey You's awesome. Sweetheart, I think, is great as well. Sugar Blues are
having a good time. I mean, it's telling you they're having a good time, and then while you're listening to it, you have a good time as well.
I mean, having a good time is a definite filler track. It's nothing that's going to make you shut it off, but it's like, yeah, they can do better than this.
They can do, but you know what? It's catchy. It's cool. It's a good song. Not like we just said before, it's not their best album ever, but it is a cool album from 1980.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the artwork for the album cover with the dragon things going on in there, and it's just cool. It sounds good too. It's a really good sounding album as well. Very good vocal performances. Everybody's, with the guitars and the drums, everything. It's just a really good album.
Actually, honestly, as much as I do like it, his vocal performance is one of the things I kind of find a little uneven about it. There's certain songs like "Hey You," "We Will Be Strong," "Sweetheart," where he just sounds awesome and at the top of his game, like he did on the whole Bad Reputation album. But then there's stuff like "Having a Good Time" and "Sugar Blues," where he just sounds, by the numbers. Yeah. He doesn't sound that into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe he wasn't into those songs. I don't even know.
Speaking of Bad Reputation, that would be another honorable mention for 1980.
Bad Reputation came out in 1977. Oh, Joan Jett. Oh well, I tell you, the one I didn't pick that I felt worst about having to leave off was the Plasmatics' "New Hope for the Wretched."
Oh shit, yeah.
But speaking about Phil's voice, after this album, his voice really changed. It got really deep and dark, and just
you could
didn't
really
sound like him anymore.
Yeah, you could really tell when he started to get on the drugs heavy after this. You can really tell the heroin started around the time of Renegade, because there is a huge difference between how he sounds.
Yeah. Very just like his voice got deeper, and it almost sounded a little nasalier, like he was doing something. You could just tell something was up, which is a shame, because if this guy was still alive today, I wonder if he would still be putting out the same quality music as he did, around this time.
I think so. Well, I mean, I don't think it would sound exactly the same, but
right.
I think he would. I think he'd still be putting quality stuff out.
I would hope so. Because he had so much more to give, and it's just a shame that his life ended the way it did. Nate, you're number 4.
Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables by Dead Kennedys.
Nice album.
I know Greg doesn't like Dead Kennedys because of Jello's vocals. To that I say, listen to the live shows. His vocals are completely different live.
I never listened to anything live. That's interesting. I'll have to give it a shot.
His vocals are less live. He's more of a consistent punk vocalist live.
Yeah, he's got the strangest vocals ever.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it works with the music though. I did too, but then I all of a sudden listened to it.
Check it out live. Live is completely different, and it's great because I fucking love the surf elements in this. It's gnarly.
We'll see. California. But if my favorite thing about the Dead Kennedys continues to be Napalm Death's cover of Nazi Punk's "Fuck Off," I'm totally fine with that.
I mean, proto-hardcore punk, fucking surf punk, classic songs, "Kill the Poor," Let's Lynch Landlord, "Chemical Warfare," "California Uber Alice," "I Kill Children," "Stealing People's Mail," "Holiday in Cambodia," and "Viva Las Vegas," which is a fucking great cover.
It's a holiday in Cambodia.
I love Las Rocket's cover of it.
Yeah, Las Rocket's awesome.
Nate, have you ever watched The Three Amigos?
Yes, like once.
Jello was in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Singing Tree.
Yeah.
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 It was funny.
It's fucking cool.
It was cool.
I'm not a huge fan of Jello as a human being. He seems kind of like pretentious. He's a pretentious.
He's a little bit all over the place.
Oh, he's a PETA member. We'll just say that because I feel like PETA member is the worst possible insult you could receive, besides perhaps me crop, maybe.
Simmons.
So, yeah, Gene. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that
one. That's like the penultimate douchebag.
Yeah,
like if Lemmy is God,
right for the throat.
If Lemmy is God, Gene Simmons is the devil. He is the anti-Lem.
But he's a good businessman. He's very rich.
No, he's not. Paul Stanley does all the business shit.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Gene's a fucking moocher.
It is what it is. Don't be
jealous.
jealous.
Have to get your next penny.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Watch it.
Even if he doesn't
I don't
want to do any
editing. I don't want to edit anything. Be careful.
Let's just say he's very
Jewish.
Sneaky.
Hey, I don't want to edit. I don't want to hear it.
That's why I didn't say shekels.
All I said was sneaky.
But
God damn it, Kyle.
Dead Kenny. You really should give the Dead Kennys more of a chance, Greg.
Yeah, listen to their live stuff from the 70s.
I do,
and 80s,
damn near
and it's
every
fucking
time
great.
this comes up, and it still just irritates the piss out of me.
I like.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
I haven't tried any of the live stuff yet,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens. But
Especially this album. It's a good album. I like it.
It's like, what's another vocalist that's like completely different live than on the album?
I've never heard anybody different live than they've been on the album.
Really?
The only one, I guess maybe it could be a little different because he does so many different voices. Mike Patton from Faith No
Yeah.
More. He does a lot of different.
well, you know who has better vocals altogether is Blue Oyster Cult, because all five
Peter
members
Steele.
can sing and they do different songs.
It's kind
To
of like
match
Peter Steele.
each other's
Peter
talents.
Steele is a lot less dramatic live. He's a lot less like
Yeah,
melodramatic,
that's true.
and he
Yeah.
plays faster.
He doesn't
Jello's
play
sort of
anything,
like
course,
that. Well, you know what I mean.
yeah. I saw his last show, by the way.
Fucking what?
Yeah,
Nice.
Lucky.
it was like a day or two after I saw the show, he was dead. I was like, I killed him.
God damn
And
it, Wayne.
I
I'll
was
never
at
get to see
the-
Carnivore.
It was cool too. I was right at the front of the stage, so I got to see like everything right there.
The Green
That's
Man
so
himself. I
Yeah.
fucking admire Peter Steele. I love that guy.
That was cool shit.
Very
Greg.
cool.
Number
Yes.
4.
Motorhead, the Ace of Spades.
My number 1 pick.
Good album. Not my favorite album from them.
Not my
but
favorite from them,
I
but
love,
it's a fucking
I love
perfect
Fast
album.
Eddie. I love Fast Eddie, and something with him on it had to be on this list. So
There is not really one bad song on this album.
no, there isn't.
I
It's,
remember when I got into Motorhead.
There's a couple of them on here. For example, Live to Win. You know, Fast and Loose isn't as strong as some. Well, actually, I really like
Fast and Loose is
Me
awesome.
too.
What are you talking about?
No,
Oh yeah,
no,
the
no.
riff on that is awesome.
Love Me Like a Reptile.
I love that song too. Every song's
Dance.
fucking great.
I'm not really nuts about.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
I
love
just happen to like Bomber and Overkill way more
Yeah.
than I like this. It's
Bomber
still a
is
really
about
good
as
record,
good.
though. It's certainly better than Iron Fist, and it's definitely one of the best albums that came out in '80. It's
The
just
Chase is better than
the Catch is
Fucking love that song.
quite possibly could be my favorite Motorhead song of
The
all time.
Silver Tongue Devil Demon Wench. I love that fucking line.
Are you guys
Ah.
sick? Are you guys sick of hearing Ace of Spades?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not. I still love that song. I think it's still awesome.
I
song.
never hear it on the radio. The only time I ever hear it is when I want to play the album.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just. It's a
Oh,
good song.
perhaps you didn't grow up playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, because let me
I
tell
grew
you,
up
I
playing
played that
Tony
song
I
Hawk's
never
a
Pro
played
lot.
Skater 3.
Yeah.
I never played that.
But
I played 3.
no, I still like it. It's a great song. I'll skip it, if I listen to it on CD.
Right. I can get that. I think this album's fucking 10 out of 10 perfect.
Yeah, it is a good.
The hammer is great. The bonus tracks are fucking great. On my version of it, it's got fucking 999, or what's it, Emergency, or is it 999, the fucking song? Anyway, that, and it's got the cover of Please Don't Touch with Girl School, which is a fucking splendid cover.
Oh, they put the St. Valentine's Day Massacre EP on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a fucking great E EP.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes,
shit.
it is.
I'm still not that I'm new still to Motorhead, but maybe 10 years I've been listening to Motorhead, and when I finally gave this album a listen, I just didn't realize how good every song was.
Yeah.
I always thought it
Yeah,
was just Ace
I
of
mean,
Spades,
you
and
know,
just
We Are the Road Crew. Well, Bite the Bullet's just kind of an intro to The Chase is Better Than the Catch.
Oh, yeah.
It's still a great song. The Hammer. I mean,
and the album cover too, another iconic album cover.
oh yeah.
And
That's
sadly,
my only problem
everybody.
with that. I kind of wish it had Snaggletooth on the front.
I like that album cover.
Nah, this fits the theme of it way better. The three
I
of
like-
them as desperados.
I like what Scott Ian had to say about it at Lemmy's funeral. He's like, I looked at the cover and I was like, who the hell are these 3 Mexicans on the front? Because he's got a giant fucking mustache.
Yeah.
He looks Mexican on it.
It does. They do look Mexican. Sadly, everybody on that album cover is now dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
shame.
Which sucks.
Felty's my favorite Motorhead drummer.
He's good.
God, I never got
Fucking
to
love
see
Filthy.
Eddie Clark play live, man.
I never got to see Motorhead. So
I
count
did.
yourself as lucky, Mr. Guy.
I saw
you
Motorhead a few times.
You met Lemmy, you motherfucker.
I know I did, but
You did?
Eddie Clark is more important to me, and I never got to meet him, so...
There's nobody more
Clark.
important to me in rock stardom than Lemmy, I have to say. I think he's the penultimate.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
How'd you get to meet Lemmy?
It was after a show, just at the bar, just hanging out, talking to him. Cool guy. Yeah. No, and I mentioned to him that how awesome I thought he was. And I was like, hey, man, it's real cool. You know, you just sat down and bullshitting, having a drink. And he goes, yeah, it's a bitch to meet your heroes and find out they're a bunch of cunts.
Yeah, he always seemed like a cool guy.
He was, man. Yeah.
Thankfully,
He's the coolest man to walk the planet.
one of the last albums they put out, I think it was This World Belongs to You or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
On their website, they had a special where you can buy the album, the vinyl, and they had it all signed and autographed by the whole band. And I got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's one of my one of my favorite things in my collection.
And Motorhead is a band with not a bad album.
I wouldn't go there.
There isn't a bad Motorhead
clunkers.
album.
I would
Like
still wouldn't
bad
go
by normal standards.
there. I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough. That's a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
That's going to take a lot of explanation and what specifically my problem is with certain things.
Yeah.
Like, there's one problem, but it doesn't. The album isn't overall ruined. You know? Like, Orgasmatron has its problems, but it's still a good album. Iron Fist has its problems, but it's still got some
Iron
great
Fist
songs
is
on
great.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anything up to Another Perfect Day is completely untouchable. You know, you don't mess with those.
First album has its problems.
We'll have to seriously get into Motorhead one day. Like do a Motorhead show, you know. I think that'd be a cool idea.
And Fastway.
Okay.
Oh, we will talk about more Fastway.
God. What was that song, Bringing the Roar?
Waiting for the Roar.
Waiting for the Roar.
Yeah.
My number 3, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell.
Nice.
Also,
Good
my
pick.
number 3.
Also, your number 3 too. Oh, good. So we're both. This will be a quick one then. I originally first did not have this on my list, and as I was checking out more albums that were out this year, and the one I had on here was Diamond Head, and I had to get it off because I went and listened to Heaven and Hell again, and I'm like, well, I'm an idiot. How could I not have this on my list? Because you got Neon Nights. The Children of the Sea is probably one of the best
Great
Black
song.
Sabbath songs ever.
Yep. Die Young.
Die Young, Heaven and Hell.
Lonely as the Word is amazing.
So many songs, and then this is the debut of. Wait, no, this is the debut of Dio on.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, with Black Sabbath.
Oh, yeah. Which became, I call Dio Sabbath Heaven and Hell at this point.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the few albums where there's really still Black Sabbath and Dio is there. It's like this and Mob Rules, and then it kind of just turns into another Dio project.
Born Again is still pretty much Black Sabbath. I mean, Ian Gillan singing, but that's the last album where the original band was really together and writing songs. And I think that's the last time they ever really fully had the Sabbath sound.
What I mean is, like, they just turn into another Dio project, you know? Like, I like Dio, but everything he does...
Okay, yeah.
Dio, I like him, but he's like a virus. Everything he touches just turns into a Dio project. Like, Rainbow, his solo work, and the later Sabbath albums he did are all very similar.
Yeah. Well, that's how you know it's Dio.
Right.
I never really looked this up, but do you know how fans took them getting a new vocalist? This is the first time it's happened.
Probably not very well.
Yeah, and then they heard him open his mouth. I'm going to admit Dio is a better singer than Ozzy.
Oh,
I would have
there's
killed to have
no
him on
question
Sabbath
about
Bloody
that.
Sabbath.
No question about
Ozzy is like straining to hit the high notes on that.
Oh, yeah.
That's where Dio would have been perfect.
And that's what I love about this album so much. You know, they finally had somebody that could do more than just sing along with the riff. And you really, really honestly, for the first time, hear the full original band, except for the vocalist, be able to open up completely. And they just do some awesome shit on here.
They do. And it's in my honorable mentions. It's just not my favorite Sabbath album.
It's my favorite Sabbath album with Dio, but it isn't my favorite Sabbath album.
Oh, it's my favorite with Dio, too.
What's your favorite Sabbath album, then?
Probably Master of Reality.
Really? This
Either
is probably
that
my
or the
favorite
first one. Either that or the debut album. I love the debut album.
I love the debut album. That would be my favorite one with Ozzy. My favorite one overall is Born Again, though. I fucking love that record.
Ian Gillan's fucking great.
Dude, that laugh at the beginning of Disturbing the Priest is the single most evilest sounding thing that's ever been on a Black Sabbath record.
Oh, yeah. No, Black Sabbath, the tritone riff is still my number one there.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get more evil than that.
That is so fucking evil.
Have you heard this laugh? But yes, that is very evil. Anyway.
You're not going to get no...
Born Again, the fucking album cover. Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's a fucking travesty. I'm going to mention that.
They really never did have any good album covers, except for the first one. The first album cover is cool. It's another iconic album cover.
Bloody Sabbath.
Yeah, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is awesome.
Still, even this one, Heaven and Hell, I don't like the album cover. It's retarded. It's stupid.
Oh, I love the album cover
you
for
like
this.
That
The Angel Smoking. Yeah.
It's all right.
I don't know. It's all right.
It's a perfect dichotomy. It goes right along with the title. So.
Of course.
It's pretty... I don't know. I think it's just pretty middle of the road. It looks like it looks like a typical 70s prog rock album cover.
Yeah. It's not a big deal, but
so
it's
you
not
guys
the cover that counts. It's the music. Yep.
So that was both your number 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go with your number 2, Wayne?
What was your number 3?
Well, my number 3 was British Steel.
Oh, okay. All right. So you want me to go Well, we already did my number 2, which was AC/DC Back in Black.
So you guys went with Dio. I went with Ozzy.
You went
Blizzard of Oz.
Yes.
Blizzard
this was
of
one
Oz
of my picks.
Fucking great album. Not a bad song.
I think there's one. Yes, there is a bad song. Yes, I disagree too.
Oh yeah, you're probably
No
right.
Bone movies. Fuck you.
No Bone movies. I don't like.
I'm
not a big fan of Goodbye to Romance either.
Goodbye to Romance is okay.
No, it isn't a good song. It's acceptable.
It's a lovely song. I couldn't think Goodbye to Romance.
Crazy Train. Everybody
Ozzy ballads
knows that fucking
suck.
song.
Yes, everybody knows.
Oh, Mama, I'm Coming Home is still good.
Would be if he didn't sing it, but
regardless,
No More Tears is kind of a ballad.
Yeah, but anyway,
different album.
Anyway, I Don't Know is a fucking awesome song.
I Don't Know, Suicide Solution.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mr. Crowley is my favorite Ozzy solo song.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song.
Revelation, Mother
Live,
Earth is great.
I am so disappointed he didn't come back again. Because to see Mr. Crowley live one more time and actually not be too high to forget it. Well, too high to remember it. That would be kind of gnarly.
You know what's funny? I went to listen to this earlier and on my Amazon app, the music app, and I Don't Know has it tells you how many people, how popular the song is, and I Don't Know is not very popular.
What? That's one of the...
Really?
That's my second favorite song off the album.
Dude, that was his concert opener from that first tour all the way up to No Rest for the Wicked.
It's a fucking great opener.
There's only two songs. Crazy Train is full of bars, the popular song, and Mr. Crowley isn't too far off from I Don't Know. But those are the only two songs that like are the most listened to. The other ones are like nobody gives a shit about them. I thought that's
well,
weird.
Suicide Solution, I can see people trying to avoid because it's kind of a depressing song.
That's not depressing. That song's
great song, super fucking heavy.
It's a great song, and then it is kind of depressing. But I Don't Know is the only song I can think of from Ozzy that's like a real ripping song. It's like almost like a new wave of British heavy metal song.
Well, there is one that is on the same level of rippingness, I think. SATO from Dire the Batman. That's my favorite Ozzy solo song, and
you're right.
Randy just goes off on that track.
I forgot about that song. Oh yeah, but I Don't Know is one of the few like really quicker paced Ozzy songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Big time.
Opener.
And that's why I fucking love it.
And,
but Mr. Crowley, I love the grandiose fucking synths on that. It's perfect.
It's an awesome song.
Oh, it's great.
Just No Bone Movies. I never liked that song. What is that about? I forgot. You remember?
I can't remember now.
It's Ozzy's anti-porn song.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was about too. But somebody told me what it was about. I just don't remember.
I don't think Ozzy would make an anti-porn song.
And also too, the Steal Away the Night. I'm not crazy about that one either.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's not my favorite song, but it's not as strong as like Revelation, Mother Earth.
Right.
I'm just glad the hits are like the really good songs are kind of spread out through the album. It's not completely front heavy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I like albums that are kind of like that because it evens out the album. You know, don't feel like you just listen to one side and don't have to listen to the other one.
Right.
Also, another album cover that's pretty much an iconic album cover. You know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, you know, I don't remember what the song lyrics are about, but I do remember that No Bone Movies was the very last song recorded. It was written in like a day in the studio to give Lee Kerslake a writing credit on the album because he didn't join the band until after all the other songs had been written.
Okay.
And it was originally going to be a B-side, but they added it to the album.
Should have kept it as a B-side.
Yes.
But either way.
It could be a very good B-side, a nice little curiosity, but instead it's sandwiched in on the second side of the album, and it just kind of ruins the flow of it. But
yeah, pretty much. But still a worthy album to go check out.
Yeah, definitely. Ozzy's best backing band he ever had. Blizzard of Oz, man.
Greg, what is your number 2? Oh, my voice cracked.
It was Iron Maiden.
Oh, I mean, okay. Well, we already did my number 1, which was.
All right, let's get through honorable mentions.
Well, what was your number 1, Nate?
My number 1 was Ace of Spades.
Oh, okay.
Well, my number 1 is Lightning to the Nations by Diamond Head.
I'm surprised you took that out of your list. I totally forgot about it. How come?
I didn't take it out of my list. It's at the top.
Well, that's your number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we already did this. Okay. I thought you were doing honorable mentions now. Okay.
No. Well, you had both said your number 1, and he just started to go to honorable mentions.
He did. He fucked up the whole flow of the show now. Thanks.
Yeah. But no, of course. You know, I had to pick Lightning to the Nations.
You did. And that's a nice copy you have there, by the way.
Yes, it is. An original copy. Signed by Sean Harris.
Wow.
Yes. Great album. I show it off as much as I can.
All right. You guys want to do
no, seriously. I mean, it's a perfect album. You know, it's like just a perfect snippet in time that was set down and recorded. There isn't a bad moment on it, and it's the Rosetta Stone for like all thrash and heavy metal. You know? Amazing riffs.
True.
Great vocals, killer rhythm section. Not a bad song on it.
Sure.
Without this album, there would be no Metallica.
No,
yeah, well,
that no Metallica.
You know what's funny?
Feel two ways. Yeah, but I mean, come on,
Without
Seek and Destroy is Sucking My Love.
Yeah.
I mean, they lifted it directly.
Yeah, that's true. What's funny is, how I was talking about the Ozzy album with the popularity of the songs. almost every song on this album is like more popular than any song that was on the Blizzard of Oz album. Look at that. It's insane. That's weird.
What, Lightning to the Nations?
Yeah. Like every song.
Because it literally, I mean, for me, is the best like metal album ever.
You got Lightning to the Nations, The Prince, Sucking My Love. I'm not too crazy about that song, but Am I Evil? It's electric. Helpless.
Classic.
Yeah, Sweet and Innocent. Everything. Well, Shoot Out the Lights is a B-side that was added to the remaster, but yeah.
But Helpless, man. I mean, that's cool stuff.
Oh, dude, Helpless is just amazing.
And I know people hate to hear it, but thanks to Metallica, I know who Diamond Head is. Otherwise, I would have never known.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
So that's that. Do you want to do the honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions, starting off Los Angeles by X. Let's see. Wheels of Steel by Saxon. Nobody's Heroes by Stiff Little Fingers. Freedom of Choice by Devo. And Group Sex by Circle Jerks. And as I mentioned before, Bad Reputation by Joan Jett.
Yeah, Bad Reputation.
Fucking great album.
I don't know. Never listened to any of her albums.
Oh, Joan Jett's awesome.
Yeah, Bad Reputation's a good one.
Greg, you want to go next?
Yeah, Angel Witch is self-titled first album. Scorpions Animal Magnetism, which is great.
That's a good album.
Def Leppard On Through the Night was another one of my honorable mentions, and so was British Steel. But I'd also like to throw the Cars Panorama in there, because that's my favorite Cars album and a great record.
Yeah, it's all right.
Honorable mention to do you remember Rock and Roll Radio and Rock and Roll High School by the Ramones? The rest of End of the Century can fuck itself.
Those are awesome songs.
The rest of that album fucking sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. Those are awesome songs. My honorable mentions would be Ace of Spades and Motorhead. Women and Children First from Van Halen. Nobody picked any Van Halen on here.
No, that's a great record, but like I was saying earlier, this is just such a tough year.
It is. There's so many things. Kiss Unmasked. I fucking hated Kiss Unmasked for the longest time. And then I heard some cover songs. What was the hell? What's the Night song? Fuck. What's
to
the
be
song?
fair,
Something
Kiss covers
Night.
are usually better than the original.
Sometimes.
Like if they're by real
Nights.
bands.
I can't remember a song on there that had Night in the title.
Oh no, Naked City. Sorry.
I love Naked City. That's
Naked
a great
City.
song.
And I actually Jorn Land did a cover of Jorn Lande. Sorry to be correct there. He did a cover of that song, and I'm like, shit, that's actually a cool song, and I kind of like that one. And I went back and listened to the Kiss album. I'm like, I like a lot more songs than I think I like on here. Shandy and what the hell's the other ones?
Is That You is great.
Is That You was a good song.
One of Ace's songs, Talk to Me. I love.
Talk to Me is a good one. Yeah. There's some really good songs on that album, so I don't hate that album as much as I thought I did. And my last one would be John Lennon and Yoko Ono, Double Fantasy, the last John Lennon album before he was shot and killed. If you could get past Yoko Ono's stuff, it's a pretty good album. Even Yoko Ono stuff isn't actually too bad, because I think she kind of got it a little bit on that album. I don't know. It's weird stuff, because she's very avant-garde kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's not my thing.
John, any of the Beatles solo material is weird for me, because
George Harrison is good.
He's awesome. Yes.
He's the most talented in the Beatles by far.
Really, the only album I probably like front to back from John Lennon is Imagine. There's songs I like off other albums, and Double Fantasy is one of those that's pretty close to being good all the way through, but I just never got into most of his stuff.
So I listened to Imagine, and it just, that song was awesome, but then with Double Fantasy, it seemed like he was just finally getting, because the other albums before, it had some good songs here and there, but Double Fantasy, I think there was so many more good songs on that. Yeah, I had Woman, there was so many hits on there. I forget off the top of my head the opening track to that, but He was just
remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But there was just so many good songs, and you could just tell that he was getting better. And the next album probably would have been a lot better too. So we'll never know now. What are you laughing at, Mr. Giggles?
Fucking number 8, burp. Number 8, the Simpsons v Sharps. Fucking the White Album parody they did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Every time I think of John Lennon and Yoko Ono, that's like the first thing that pops into my head.
All right. Well, that is our top 666.
Oh, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps by David Bowie. Was going to throw that out there. Fucking awesome album.
A few good songs on there.
Yeah.
But,
Closer by Joy Division.
Yeah.
Now I'm done.
Oh, In the Flat Field by Bauhaus.
Dirty Mind by Prince.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, you had Turn on the Hell by Fist.
Sandinista by The Clash. Fucking awesome album.
I don't know. If you have any suggestions of what you guys would like, what albums you like from 1980, write them in the comments. Let us know. Let us know if our list was terrible. Let us know what you like. All right? Visit our website, ratsaladreview.com. Buy a t-shirt. We have the link up there on the website. Please go buy a t-shirt. And please go check out all the shows. We have 11 shows. The King Diamond Podcast, Lou Mavs, Music is Life, The Right Opinion, Suck My Balls, Beyond Bushido, and Suck My Balls is a show.
Where will the link be in relation to the screen right now when you're uploading it?
I thought he was about to say in relation to your scrotum.
Our merch table's over there, guys. Go check out our merch table.
Who else is on our thing? Oh, Old Man Metal. He's going to have a new episode coming out soon.
Old Man Metal, Ralph Vieira, The Infinite
Vieira?
Fringe.
That's right. Infinite Fringe. He's coming on the show. I told him to come on the Album vs. Album show, so he will be on soon.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Oh, what's our next album versus album?
I don't know. I told him to pick, and he loves Rage Against the Machine, so I'm going to assume.
Hey, I'm cool with that, as long as it's not up against like Limp Bizkit or anything stupid like that.
No, I don't think he likes anything that bad. We'll see what happens.
Thank God.
You mean you wouldn't do it all for the Nookie, bro?
I gotta admit, Rollin' is a fucking catchy song.
Oh, God, I hate them so much.
Rollin', keep rollin'.
Yeah, I really didn't need you to sing it, but thanks.
No. And if you would like to take
in my head forever.
Just listen to Got the Time. It'll wipe it out, and just that'll be stuck in your head for the rest of your life.
Just for you saying that, if anybody would like to take Nate's spot, please send us an email at ratsaladreview@gmail.com. No, nobody's replacing Nate unless he leaves us. Or
Nobody wants to hang out with you two guys. I'm the only guy who can fucking take it.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's probably right. Yeah.
All right. Well, see you guys.
Well,
next
I mean, yeah. Who else would listen to me talk about the same Diamond Head album week after week?
Fucking goddamn Diamond Head album.
Well, if everybody would just recognize its greatness, maybe I'd shut up.
One day they will. All right, everybody. See you next week.
Going door to door, Diamond Head.
I'm trying to end the show. Goodbye.
Have you made the decision to let Diamond Head into your life?
Word of our Lord and Savior,
Brian Tatler. If you could just give me 5 minutes of your day.
What track number is Am I Evil on there?
I think it's like 3 or something. 4.
No, it's number 4. It's
Turn
first
to him,
song on
number
the second
4.
side.
Am I Evil?
Oh, I'd start with The Prince, the most beautiful song written about Lucifer ever.
Oh.
Goodbye, everybody. See ya.
No, not beautiful as in that. Just beautifully crafted song. Yeah.
Sympathy for the Devil.
Do you have sympathy for the devil?
Yeah. I've never been a big Stones
Motorhead
fan.
cover.
That's a good
The Motorhead cover, though, was fucking great. Goodbye.